Thanks for joining us for another edition of the Creek Catch-Up. It's a little different this weekend here in Brisbane. We're not racing at Albion Park. Harness racing on Saturday night goes a little further north. We stop off at Redcliffe. They've got a 10-race program. Action gets underway at 5:37. But next week, everything returns to normal, so we'll be racing here next Tuesday, next Friday, and Saturday week we'll be back in action here at the Creek. So we look forward to that. But there's still plenty of harness racing news. The biggest news story this week is Egmont Park Stud. Kevin and Kay Seymour, after a long period of time, have decided to shut down the commercial side of the business at Egmont Park, so they're only going to have their own mares at the stud. And as far as the stallions are concerned, well, that's ongoing. We'll have to watch this space. Where will Mr. Feelgood and Ahoka Punter, their two resident stallions, end up? So those discussions are still taking place. But as we know, it's been synonymous with Queensland harness racing for such a long period, well over probably 4 decades now. Egmont Park, as part of the harness racing fabric here in Queensland, it's the birthplace of Blacks Are Fake, the likes of Be Good Johnny, Slip and Slide, and more recently, Colt 31, and it's been the home of champion stallions like Fake Left, Land Grant, Perfect Art, Vanston Hanover, and more recently, Mr. Feelgood. So this is a really big story that is developing, and we'll have more news in the coming weeks on where some of these horses will end up. So all of the mares that are not owned by Kevin and Kay Seymour, basically they've got to find a new home. So it's going to be interesting. One of the mares that did reside at Egmont Park Stud was Washington Lass, recently crowned the Queensland Broodmare of the Year, and she's got to find a new home. So as I said, we'll have more news coming through regarding this story as it breaks, but it certainly is big news. Colt 31, he steps out in Sydney on Saturday night, down at Menangle. He's down there with Robbie Morris, along with Dale Hogan, the travelling foreman for Grant Dixon. So he's set to race on Saturday night at Menangle, and his two youngest stablemates are down there as well, or they're getting set for a New South Wales Derby campaign, Leap to Fame and Tim's a Trooper. As we know, Tim's a Trooper is a proven Group 1 Menangle winner after taking out the Breeders' Challenge final last year. So they're on a New South Wales Derby mission, so look out for those guys in the coming weeks as well. So there's plenty of star power from Queensland in Sydney right now. Speaking of star power, at the trials this week, we've had a number of nice horses step out. I Am Sparta, the very precocious youngster from the stables of Darryl Graham, he was back at the trials, had his first trial back, running second. It was a nice trial as well, really hit the line strongly. And Bangkok DJ also stepped out during the week as well. He was able to win his trial. It was a widening margin and the time was good. So Shane Fraser's got his team going along really well. Manila Playboy, who trialled exceptionally well last week, he was also at the trials again. So we're looking forward to seeing both Manila Playboy and Bangkok DJ back at the races, and I Am Sparta probably likely to have one more trial, judging by the effort there earlier in the week, but they're all close to racetrack return, so we really look forward to seeing these up-and-coming youngsters back at the track. So a couple of nice ones to look out for there. Don't forget the Australian Pacing Gold yearling sale, only weeks away. We're a fortnight away now from the sale here in Queensland. This year at the Magic Millions complex on the Gold Coast, there's a very strong catalogue put together. Most importantly, there is a lot of Q-bred quality in that sales catalogue. So if you're looking for that Q-bred horse, this is the sale to find it, because as we know, the first win bonus now at $14,000, the second win bonus $7,000. It pays to be Q-bred, and the APG sale at the Gold Coast this year, only 2 weeks away, has plenty of Q-bred offerings, so make sure you check it out. Catalogues are available. You can go online, apgold.com, and find all that information at your fingertips. So make sure you check it out. If you're keen to get involved in ownership, this is a great way to go, getting involved with a young horse, and in particular, a Q-bred horse as well. Just in wrapping up this week, some sad news coming through on a national front. Rod Pollock, former Chief Executive of Harness Racing Australia, passed away. He was a wonderful man. Rod Pollock did a lot for harness racing. In particular, had a great association with Queensland Harness Racing. So on behalf of the Albion Park Harness Racing Club, we send our best wishes to the family of Rod Pollock. So that is the Creek Catch-Up for this week. As I said, next week it's all back to normal, racing here Tuesday, Friday and Saturday night. But this week, harness racing on Saturday night, it goes to the Peninsula at Redcliffe. 10 races there, action getting underway at 5:37. Until next week, we'll see you then.